Hello, my name is Farah.
My name is Vanessa.
And I'm Susie.
And today we're going to be talking about epistemic responsibility. And we're going to talk about the article, Who's Afraid of a Post-Truth World? And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the Truth Online article. And basically, epistemic responsibility is if we understand the nature of our actions and the kind of effects, then we're likely to have more control over our behavior to others.
So going off of what she says, I'm just gonna add more information about epistemic responsibility. And so open-mindedness, epistemic humility, and diligence are some fundamental epistemic qualities that can be developed to aid knowers in their pursuit of knowledge about themselves, others, and the environment they live in. The reason why it is so important is because there is an epistemic condition on action. Only if we understand the nature of our action and the kinds of effects they are likely to have are we able to exercise control over our behavior. The epistemic condition entails epistemic duties. For example, some people have the epistemic practice of asking a lot of questions and critically assessing the response they get. Other people have the epistemic practice of going by their gut reaction. These epistemic practices help us to act more or less responsible with respect to the knowledge we have and seek. In the article, Those Who Are Afraid of the Post-Truth World, Ian talks about 3 philosophical ideas that help with the epistemic crisis. One is that selective skepticism is a form of credulity, which means it's like a form of gullibility. And the second one is that some biases are good, and the third one is a plea for better media criticism. Some websites we find on the internet are good, but we just need to fact check the information that is given, not focus on the structural form of the website.
So I did some research into post-truth as a term, and I came across an article by, stupid page extension thing that has janky, but it's on the philosophermagazine.com, and it's by C.G. Prado, and he argues, he has a similar argument as the reader that we read on Wednesday, and that post-truth isn't really a thing, and he argues that there's a difference between political post-truth and personal post-truth, and he talks a lot about Donald Trump and his speeches and how he uses it, which I'm a big fan of because Donald Trump is hilarious to me. He's not being whatever, but so he says that not Trump, but the writer of the article says that Trump doesn't use post-truth. He likes to say that he does, but since it's not really a real thing, he really uses prejudice. And his supporters also, who, like, I'm not trying to say all of Trump's supporters are bad, but to defend what he says, they will continue to use the same prejudices that he uses. For example, I guess his big popularity thing was people trying to say that he's post-truth because he doesn't care what the swamp thinks of him or whatever, but really he just uses prejudices and speaks whatever he thinks about, and he has no filter, and he talks all about his prejudices. It's not necessarily that he's post-truth. So I thought that was really interesting. And he uses a term, let me see if I can find it again. It's rhetorical exuberance, which I like. It's like the amping up whatever you're saying and embellishing it according to how the audience reacts to it. And how that's often used in Trump's speeches and stuff. And it's normally a subconscious thing. So what he does in his tweets is an entirely different thing. which is like he purposefully does that to create reactions and stuff and to distract from his actual policy. But what he does in speeches is rhetorical exuberance. So I thought this article was interesting.
And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the Truth Online article. And that article talked about how people don't really try to fact check their beliefs anymore, and they're kind of like are more content with their beliefs because they just believe anything they see on the online, and how the internet has narrowed people's perspectives because like you can post something and then like the group you share it with obviously usually has the same opinion as you, so like they'll like what's the word? Like support your opinion and they won't like go against it. And then it was also talking about how pictures on the internet can lie and be like skewed to like look a different way than what they actually are, and scientific data as well, and how some like people who post scientific data only represent a particular perspective of the data based on like their biases. So like people could be reading false data and not even knowing because they aren't fact checking it.
That is true. One website I think is interesting is Wikipedia, because I think one time when I went on there, I actually I edited some things in there, and just to see like that if it's a safe website, and like I actually could do that, and so that's why I stopped kind of trusting Wikipedia. So yeah,
that's a good point. I don't know if you guys were seeing all the memes that happened after the Queen died.
Oh yeah.
Immediately jumping on her Wikipedia page.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for the podcast. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.